So talking about revenue generation with digital for established businesses. So we are specifically talking about businesses which were pretty much established. They had a pretty decent flow of leads to conversion and realization of payment and generation of ROI for their businesses. Now things have changed post COVID, and everybody agrees that it has impacted a lot of businesses. So the question is, where exactly lies that thing where a business has to adapt to the new demands of market? And the thing is that we are not going to discuss anything pretty radical here. What I am going to discuss with you today has been told so many times and discussed extensively in digital marketing. But the thing is, these things were not taken that seriously because there was this brick and mortar establishment which used to do pretty decent business with face-to-face interactions, physical interactions, sales calls, and all that, And there was a latent need of digitization, but it was not like you cannot survive with digitization. So there is a piece of marketing digitization and there's a piece of internal process digitization. So, the advantage that you have today is that if you digitize your marketing piece, you can always digitize your backend and process flow, operations, and everything, align it with marketing if you want, if you want to take that approach. A lot of businesses have an established operation, they are already running everything that they have, and then they are looking at going a way beyond and addressing the needs of marketing that arise out of new COVID situation. Now, there might be some businesses which are looking at this manner, and there are some businesses which are just looking at expanding and enhancing their influence in terms of digital marketing and things like that. But either whatever case you are in, the most important fact to understand is that there are already systems, processes, and methodologies in place which can greatly help you. So I'm going to discuss a couple of them. In fact, one of the most important and established process there is when it comes to digital marketing, particularly for startups, for the businesses which want to really scale up, and they want to look at a stepwise manner through which they will expand their marketing initiative and bring in higher ROI, and they will actually grow with the market and the business, and they will be able to generate higher ROI and they will be able to grow. So we are looking at post-pandemic strategy plan for outreach and growth. So when we say that, we are definitely looking at how market has changed and what is the need herein when it comes to looking at how your offer or product has to be modified or redesigned so that it not only fits with the need of your customers or clients, but it also blends with the situation that we are in. So talking of that, there are 4 key aspects that any strategy, any organization would come to strategy table. They will look at these 4 steps, and there might be differences in terms of what you name them and what approach you have. Ultimately, most of it will fall in these 4 categories. So you look at the first one is product redefinition. So you are looking at redefining your product, and by redefining, I don't mean any jargon, wherein you're looking at the whole redefinition thing and it's a big PR exercise. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is, what is your product? Can you explain or summarize your product in, let's say, 50 to 100 lines? That's a good start. I mean, most of the businesses need to do this exercise. Start with writing down your product or services in 100 words. So, we will see if that requires redefinition or not. So if you were already running a marketing campaign or you were already ahead in the game with respect to marketing, pre-COVID, there might be a strong requirement of redefining your product right now. So we will come to that in our next session possibly, and we will look at what it entails when you are looking at redefining your offering. Now the second one is the offer itself. So the interesting thing about the offer is that if you were a business which was, let's say, established, it was running pretty profitably for last 2-3 years, and you had an offer which was not digitally promoted, right? Versus you want to have an offer now which can be digitally promoted. There is huge difference. Let me take a sip of my coffee here. So there's nothing like sip of coffee which is like awesome, Okay, so when you want to look at a offer which has to be redefined and which has to be designed in a manner that it has to be promoted digitally, it is pretty different from your usual offer that you were promoting maybe in person-to-person meetings or things like that. So the process is different, the approach is different, but essentially the communication is largely similar. So there are different ways in which you do this when you are physically interacting with your customers or when you are digitally interacting with your customers. So there is a thing about direct response marketing, right? And what I'm discussing with you now falls in direct response marketing bucket, or let's say a direct response marketing approach to promote your products and services and grow. So you might ask, what is the difference between direct response marketing and the usual marketing and things like that. So I don't want to completely divert this discussion, but for just our understanding, I just want to roughly point out what is the difference. So the difference would be like, in a traditional marketing setup, you would do it through radio, television, print media and things like that, right? And it is mostly one-way communication. So you would advertise your stuff, the product or service, and people will watch it, and what you're looking at is a continuous hammering of your communication so that ultimately they do a brand recall or problem recall, and then they associate your product with it and they probably buy. So that's largely the traditional marketing approach. But when you look at the direct response marketing approach, it is really two-way. You are getting your customer interested in what you're selling or promoting, and the customer has the ability of coming and getting in touch with you directly. They can leave their email ID, they can leave their phone number, they can interact with anything that you want them to interact with and things like that. So, now you understand that this thing is very powerful. So whether you are there or not, it doesn't matter. Your stuff, if you do it right, can work for you 365 days a year, right? 24/7. So that's the advantage of direct response marketing, and we will discuss more about that as we go forward. So with that light, imagine what your offer should be, right? Whatever you were promoting before is perfectly fine. Maybe you might want to take a note of what your current offer is. If you have certain ads running, if you have certain videos, if you have images, is there anything or any way you have promoted your products or brands in the past? Relook at them. Try to summarize what your offer is, right? And then we will look at what your offer should be in direct response digital marketing parlance. So this is the second step, right? Now coming to the third step, which is align. Talk about coffee, right? So, okay, when we talk about align, what we are basically talking about is when you've already discussed your, you have done this self-study or whatever, you have done an internal brainstorming, whatever, you have documented, you understand your product redefinition and what you're offering. Now the next step is how will you align your offering and product redefinition with a most probably a social media channel. When I say social media, I'm not specifically saying about marketing your stuff through a fan page, right? I'm talking of it in a more strategic term. So I'm talking about the networks. So, I'm talking about paid traffic. I'm talking about inbound marketing. I'm talking about a large plethora of things that you can do through social media, but it's not limited to that. So, but then in order to seriously work on this, you will have to work out as to how you are going to align these offerings and product redefinition to a specific marketing channel. And that might involve anything that you want to, might be Facebook, might be Google, Facebook, both, might be LinkedIn, might be YouTube, might be SEO, might be content-based SEO on your website. I mean, there are so many approaches that you can look at. So your product redefinition and your offer has to align with the approach or the social media channel that you are planning to market with. So these three things have to come in complete alignment. And once that is done, that is what we are looking at, aligning our offer. Now, if you've done all these three things, you're just left with one thing, and that is to promote. Now, frankly, to tell you, promoting anything is very, very easy today. All you have to do is to load your credit card, and there are all these ad networks that are hungry to take your money and take you in front of your customers. But the thing is, it's not as simple as it sounds, because it's not just about throwing money. I mean, you don't want to throw your money down the toilet, right? You want return from that money, and that's where it becomes complicated. So when you're looking at promoting your product, service, offer, whatever you have redefined and whatever you have aligned to this particular social media channel, let's say you are trying to market your product on Facebook. So what happens is, you have to look at your Facebook marketing, Facebook campaign management in a very particular way. So you have to do a proper campaign management. So you have to understand who your customers are. You have to do your customer profiling. You have to look at what are the clusters that your customers exist in, what is their demography and things like that. So all these things are very simple to do in Facebook. The first recommended step is to develop the customer profile. So you should have a customer profile of yours, which could be probably by name, something like John and Rita. I don't know. I mean, name them, give them age, give them what they do, where they hang out, what are their interests, what they buy online and things like that. And then you try to replicate that target demography through your Facebook targeting. That's the approach that you can start with. Now, again, this is sounds very simple. It is in fact simple as far as doing it is concerned, but when it comes to getting results out of it, that is where it's a little bit of stretch, because people find it difficult. It requires a lot of experience and things like that. Okay, so that is what you have. Now, if you're looking at revenue growth with digital for established businesses, this is the 4-step approach that you can immediately implement. And if you have any questions, you want it to be done by someone like me, I'm always keen at discussing, connecting with different businesses, what they would like to explore, what they would want to do, and I am offering my services at very, very attractive terms. So I would encourage you to click the link below and book a time with me, so that we can discuss your business and we can find out how we can be best fit for each other and possibly work on resolving all the issues and problems that we have and taking on new challenges. Thanks a lot. That's for now.